Music in the background. All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2. And we are live. And we are live. Hello, good morning, everybody. Here, let me turn off the echo. For those of you that are on Instagram, thank you for joining me. Those of you on Facebook, hello, YouTube, and on my channel, maryfultonfit.vhx.tv. I'm just so excited to see you all. Hi there, how are you? Is that Inertia? What's up, Inertia Wave? Hello, my sister. Hi, guys. I'm so excited to see you all this morning. Thank you for the love. And I've got my coffee right now, taking a little sip of coffee. And what am I holding over here? I'm holding a verse I want to read to you guys today. But I am mostly wanted to just come and chat with you and tell you everything that's going on at MFF and everything I learned this weekend. So, my heart is really full, and I want to give you a little preface really quick, and I want to share with you what's up. Dave, it's so good to see you. Thanks for joining me. I have a lot of things happening at one time, and so I know you can relate to that. So right now, give me a heart if you've had a moment in your life where everything is happening at the same time. It's like a cataclysmic, like, you've got this coming in, this, everything from all directions, and you're like, how am I going to get through this moment, this very moment right now to get to the next step? And you're not really sure. So that's exactly where I am right now. And I know that you can relate to that. Whether you're in a business or you're a mom with all of your kids and you've got all of the things happening at one time, all of the things. And so I want to share some points today on, number one, how to get through some of that as I'm walking through it, share my story, and then also share some vulnerable moments I had and things that I learned and takeaways from my big event. So there's a lot to share. So hopefully you have like 15 minutes. It's going to be like a 15-minute chat or longer. And if you guys have questions, I want to hear them. Put them up. I have my Facebook out here so I can see the comments too. Let me put that up here. So, number one, I want to say, yes, I have a little cold, of course. You know, anytime you come back from a big event like that, you're going to be a little bit sick and a little bit hoarse. So, this is what I wanted to start off with. Here we go. Here's my verse. Whatever you ask for in prayers, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Mark 11:24. Before I left on this amazing Idea Fit convention that I went to, and I keep telling you guys, take time to invest in yourself, whatever that looks like for you, right? For me, it was to go to not a concert. That sounds fun too. To go to a convention where I was going to be surrounded by other people who are on the same mission, right? We all have different brands and different things that we're doing, but we are, fitness minded. We're working towards our business or our career or to better ourselves, body, mind, and soul. And so we were all together there. And, I want to say this, wherever you're at in your journey, there's always somebody who's ahead of you and there's always somebody who's behind you, right? So, and you can feel like when you're at these special events and conventions, you can feel a couple different things. And these are two of the things I felt. I felt empowered, excited, ready to take on the world. And I also felt like a tiny little itty bitty ant that didn't belong there. Does that make sense? Have you ever felt like that? You feel like, oh my gosh, yes, this is my calling. This is where I'm supposed to be. I feel excited, empowered, encouraged by others. I also feel like I'm an imposter. What am I even doing here? I don't belong here. I'm going to go take the door and run. So the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I know that you can relate to this. You can relate to this on so many levels in your life. And I want to encourage you and say, you're not a little ant. There is always somebody who's in front of you, and there's always somebody who's behind you. So there's going to be the big head honchos who have run their businesses. They're making billions over here, and they've been doing this, and they've got a tribe, and they've got everything. And then you're right here, and you're like, okay, I'm in my garage teaching classes. My name's Mary. And then there's going to be the people behind you that they look at me and say, wow, you started a brand in your garage. You have a channel. You have an app coming out. You have a full Instagram page, right? So there's wherever you're at in your journey, somebody in front of you, somebody behind you. So don't get discouraged. Whether you're on a business journey, a health journey, yes, there's going to be fitter people. There's going to be richer people. There's also going to be the ones behind you. You can't do that. You learn from the ones ahead of you because success leaves clues, correct? And then you look behind you to see how far you have come. And you congratulate yourself every step of the way, wherever you're at. Okay? Every moment. Every moment pivots and creates momentum for the next moment. And every action begins with our mind right here. We have a thought and we decide and we either move forward or we stand still. We take action or we don't. We take a risk or we pull away. We jump into it or we just sit in fear. Tony Robbins always said, a courageous man dies once in the battlefield, and a coward dies 10,000 times in their mind. Like they don't even go out there. So I'm telling you right now, I don't know where you are in your journey, whatever it is that your goal is, but if you don't take a risk and all you do is live in fear, being scared of what might happen if you do it, you'll never know. And that is the worst feeling. You'll never regret going on a trip to learn. You'll never regret investing something to see what's going to happen, because if you didn't, you would never know. You will only regret the chances and the moments that you don't take. I'm going to say it again. You will only regret the chances and the moments that you didn't take. You'll take them to the grave and you'll remember, I could have, right? How many times do we say I should have or I could have? Right? So stop doing that and stop for a moment and start taking action. So going to IDEA, I prayed a lot. Lord, please help me and I'm praying for knowledge. I'm praying to meet people. I met amazing people. I met so many people that helped me see, again, how far I'd like to go and how far I have come. So in the moment of fear, when I walked into the expo and thought, who am I? Look at these big brands. I'm like a nobody. And let me tell you what happened. So, number one, I want to say this. All of the classes I learned about anatomy of the core. I learned about being a better trainer and what things I can implement. I learned about alignment of our spine. I learned about the glutes. I learned all kinds of things. So I recommend the IDEA Fit Convention if you are someone who is interested in fitness and you are, number one, seeking to grow a brand, seeking to grow yourself. Maybe you just want to go learn. And I think it's amazing. It was like $300. Such a great investment. You got to meet tons of people and feel really encouraged and excited. So these events are always going to help create momentum. So when you come back from an event, it's time to start running with the momentum, because it's like that surge of power, that inertia wave, right? I don't know if Dave's still here with me, but I got to meet Dave. I want you guys to follow him, Inertia Wave. Be working with him, and I don't have my tubes in here because I left them in my house, but I'll be using those in some of my videos. They're super, super cool. So you guys have heard of battle ropes, right? We do a lot of battle rope stuff. That works a lot on the anterior chain, right? Kind of pulling you forward. But with these inertia waves, we're working on the posterior chain, which is mostly what we need, is that posterior chain for our shoulders and our posture. And so I'm going to be using those. They're really cool. And Dave really pushed me when I met him, which is one thing that's really great. So he's somebody who's very successful. Success leaves clues. And he's a businessman. And I haven't considered myself a businesswoman yet. I'm still struggling with that imposter syndrome within myself. But I want to say is that he leveled me up and was like, what? You need to do this. You need to do this. Take action here, here, and here. And he really encouraged me. He made me cry in a good way because I felt emotional while I was there. And he just encouraged me like, you're worth it. I can't even remember the text that he said. He's like, but like, you're worth it and go for it. And so it really, really pushed me. But inertia, right? Like physics is amazing. And And so what I'm saying is like when you're in that moment and you have a surge of energy, it's time to move with it, time to go with the waves and try and take risks. Um, okay, so I want to share a story. I'm going to take you back in time. And part of this story, too, that I'm sharing with you is that there's a lot happening to me right now. I'm going to tell you all the things that are happening like cataclysmically. And it's kind of weird because it's at the 2-year mark. So, number one, I'm launching an app. Can everybody cheer? Yes, yes, my app is coming out August 5th. August 5th, save the date. Sign up for the app. There's going to be all kinds of stuff about that coming soon. I've got a lot of work to do and no time. Number two, I am also having a summit in October, live summit. Everyone's coming from everywhere, and I'm really, really excited for that. Oh, shoot, you know what? I forgot that my team, I need to see them right here. Hold on. Don't leave, don't leave. Stay with me, stay with me. Here it is. I just want to be able to see their chat box because I know they're talking to me right now. Oh, okay. Perfect. Okay. I don't see the chat box. That's okay. All right. Secondly, the summit, the big giant event that I'm preparing for is in October, and it's a countdown right now. We're getting people from Australia, Canada, everyone coming to stay at my house, coming to stay at the beach house. It's going to be amazing. We got the app. We just got all new equipment. We're launching the app. There's just so much surge coming here. It's time for movement and growth. And without taking a risk and without investing money and time and energy, I will never know what MFF can be if I don't take the next leap of faith. And so it's a little scary doing things that put me out of my comfort zone and me having to realize that I'm worth more than I realize to myself, right? How many of you do that? At your work or in a relationship, you devalue who you are because you're scared to say, this is what I'm worth, this is what I give, this is who I am. And so that happens to us sometimes because we're a little fearful. And so I'm digging through some of that stuff. But what I wanted to tell you was that, so 2 years ago, my father-in-law passed away. And if you were with me then, you remember he died of cancer, prostate cancer, and it was a really difficult time. So for all of us were going through a lot, right? We couldn't leave our homes. My children were all learning from home, and they weren't really learning, and they were fighting and going crazy. My husband was caring for my father-in-law, so he wasn't here, and I would take them food and be there and visit, and I was also running this business, which it hadn't become a channel yet. It was all free for 8 months. So what I want to tell you that God is showing me right now, okay, he's taking me into a giant time capsule. So when my father-in-law passed away, so much was happening, so many other things too. It was a cataclysmic moment, okay? The gym was going to maybe open. I had to decide what I was going to do with the brand. Would I launch something? Would I not? So I'm going to tell you all the things that happened at the same time. Are you ready? So number one, children not doing well mentally and emotionally, really. It was a very, very hard time for my family. My father-in-law was very, very sick. My husband had to go over there a lot. We were having our own troubles, right? I'm sure a lot of married couples were during this time, right? So we were having our own troubles. Also, at the very same time, all my videos that I had put on YouTube with my biggest video for body pump, like I was wearing orange, right? The Les Mills people called me and told me I had to take down all my videos. And I'm not harboring any bitterness here, okay? I'm just sharing my story. So I was like, what do I do? And I remember I told you guys it's time to fly. But what I'm sharing is that 2 years ago, right around, it was like September, October, when all of this happened, all at the same time, okay? I did it. I cried for a moment on the phone with the Les Mills lady, and I had to take 150 videos down. My heart was crushed because at the moment, I thought that I wanted them to say, hey, Mary, you're doing such a good job. We want to, like, take you on. And that was, like, my dream. So my dream, hi, Chris, my dream was that Les Mills, before COVID happened, I wanted to be a master trainer and get on stage. That was my dream. And I set out to do it, okay? So I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get my cert and move to this. So this is a very important key, and I want to share this with you because you don't know what life brings and how it's going to circle back or what's going to happen. So COVID hit. I start doing all these videos. It makes me grow on YouTube because using their name and people like the class, it grew me to 8,000. And I'm very grateful for that. But then they put a cap on it, and I don't know why they just picked me, but it was just me. Nobody else had to take down their videos. You could go search up Body Pump. There's a whole bunch of other people. But I had to take mine down. And it was a moment of, I remember crying and being so sad, but I didn't have enough time. I'm going to cry today. I didn't have enough time to cry about everything because there was so much. So listen, I cried, and then I put my big girl pants on and my wings, and I said, okay, this is a pivotal moment. It is time to pivot. And it's time for me to say, okay, I don't have to rely on this. I'm going to create my own. But all at the same time, you guys, and I need you to think about this. This is all heavy. Kids are falling apart. The marriage is not doing so hot. Father-in-law is dying of cancer. All my videos get taken down. It's time to move, right? So when we go into a state of, oh shoot, it's another tsunami, what do? We don't have time to feel a lot of pain. We only have time to move. We've been created to survive, right? So it was like, I felt all these waves of so much things, and I just had to go like, God, give me strength. And trust me, I cried, but I kind of just like, whew, and then I just started sprinting. And that was the moment, yeah, was that pressure builds diamonds. You were meant to glow. Thank you. And I'm not sharing this because I deserve any credit. Because the Lord God Almighty is the one who picked me up every day from my bed and put me in here to continue to film. Because it's not easy filming and giving your light and love and everything when you are going through so much, okay? And I know you all understand me. And so it was to the glory of God, and I'm going to say that again, for the strength to show up every day. Now, yes, I did show up every day. I didn't have to, but I did. I could have said, Les Mills took everything. I'm out, you guys. It was so fun. Adios. But that wasn't what it was supposed to be. So that is when MFF really, really was created. MF Flex. Sam Joe calls me and he goes, you can't do this alone. I'm reliving everything for you so you can remember. And I said, he literally showed up on my doorstep with his backpack and a laptop and said, let's make Flex 1. By the way, that's what a good friend does. So when you don't know what to do for your friend, when they're going through something that you can't like fix, show up. Show up with your backpack and your computer and tell them, let's go. So that's for Sam Joe. Thank you. I love you, brother. And we made Flex 1 in 2 days. My father-in-law passed away. And I launched the channel. I really don't know how all that happened. The Vimeo platform basically charged me so much money that I didn't even have, and I happened to have exact half amount, so I paid for it so that we could have the channel that we have. I was then sabotaged for a while. It was like trying to cast your sails and everything was against you. So you think, well, then maybe this is not for me. Because if God wanted this for me, everything wouldn't feel like it's coming against me. But that is not true, my friends. I'm going to tell you something. That when things are hard, that doesn't mean that God's closing doors. That means it's time to start swimming and pushing through the current. God never says things are going to be easy. I don't know why we think that. I don't know why we think that anything we do is supposed to be easy. Because for when we are weak, then we are strong. It is when we are sick. It is when we are losing someone we love. It is when we go bankrupt. It is when we are on our knees that we grow. That we find our strength in God. I take no credit for this. Yes, I showed up. I know. I had to be the one to show up for sure. I didn't just lay there. But it's because of God's strength that it is what it is and where we have come. And so, sorry for all the tears. So, here's a couple of things I want to share about it. And hopefully you're still with me and listening to this. Whoever you are out there that's still with me, I know you have to hear this message because God put it on my heart. And Harriet Barsky, this one's for you, girlfriend, because you called me and you said, I want to hear what happened. So, I'm telling you all these things. All right, so here we are. And here we are now, 2 years later, and I'm sharing all this because I'm cleaning out my father-in-law's house finally. It's been 2 years. We didn't go back. Our family was kind of falling apart, and I started the brand and started going, and I put so much into the work that I suppressed a lot of hurt and pain. And it's okay. It's coming out now. I'm cleaning the house. Who is that? Oh, Juliet, it's okay. I love you. I'm crying. If you come to the beginning of the video and rewatch it all, you'll understand. It's good tears, or you can stay right here and see what's happening. So, here I am 2 years later cleaning out my father-in-law's house that I dearly love. And I go and I open my mother-in-law's closet. She passed in 2008 of cancer. And I just started crying like a baby. I started processing, looking through her clothes, seeing it's our wedding anniversary of 21 years this Friday. Whoop whoop, we've made it almost 21 years. And I just remembered her and her love and her tenderness. And I also took a moment to remember that, you know, I've been thinking this is my husband's house, right? It's my husband's house, my husband's dad. I got to go help him. I got to go help him. Very robotic. I don't know why. Probably because it's a lot of pain I didn't want to deal with. And you know what's funny is I consider myself a very vulnerable person, always like really dealing with stuff, but maybe I don't sometimes. Maybe I suppress it so I can keep going and keep pushing through to keep everybody going. Is that you? And so I went through her clothes and I remembered that I showed up at this house when I was 17. I lost my dad when I was 16. And so a year later, I started hanging out with Skip and his family. And they became my other family. And it really it's good. We're cleaning out the house. And we're going through everything. And it's helping me process all that's happened in the last 2 years. So I need to tell you a story. I'm going to jump back to the IDEA convention, okay? So I told you, the Les Mills, they had me take everything down, and it felt like this moment, and I had to keep going, and it was all happening cataclysmic. Let's go. Go mode. Go, Mary. Go. So I'm at this convention, and I see their little Les Mills stage, but a part of me still hurt that I wish that they had said to me, hey, Mary, you're doing a good job. Come with us. Right? But they didn't in 2020. So I'm walking, and I hear, you're holding me close. And I was like, oh no, I feel the song. To the beat of your heart. And I'm like, oh no, oh no. And I turn around, and I couldn't handle it. I went over there, because music is my soul. And I go, can I jump in here? And I take off my jacket, and I just like start going crazy. But I forgot to tell you this. It's really, really important. Listen. 10 minutes before I walked into the hall, I get a text message from a beautiful instructor, and she says, and I haven't heard from her for a while, she goes, Mary, hey, look, it's our 10-year anniversary as body combat instructors. 10 years, Mary, look at this. Hola, gordo, ¿cómo estás? Muchos besos. And I go, oh my gosh. So when I run over to this, and I'm punching, and the guy, the instructor, Caesar's like, you're my kind of people, because I'm just going crazy. And I was like, oh yeah, more than you know. And I just start crying like a baby. Gosh, Mary Fulton, always crying. And I had this moment. It was a time capsule. 10 years ago, when I became a combat instructor. I've been an instructor for 13 years, but it was a pivotal moment then that sprung into so many things and so many beautiful memories, and the things that we did with all these fun classes. We had so much fun. It was an epic era. And as I punched and kicked, I went through the era in my mind, and then I went through the next era of where I am now. I got Mary Fulton Fit, and like that I never dreamed of being right here. And I just start crying, and then I finish the class, and I'm like, yeah. And then she taps me on my shoulder. She says, you're an instructor, aren't you? And I said, yeah, I am. And she goes, you've been spotted. We need you on our T-DAP team, or TAP team, not T-DAP. I think that's a shot. And we need you on our TAP team. And you're like, why is she crying? That's so cool. What does that mean? Oh, what it means is that you've been spotted and they want you to be like a master trainer. Didn't I tell you that was one of my dreams, right? And I kind of looked at her. And I thought, wait a minute. Why did they ask me 2 years ago when I was pumping out every video for them and was growing and people were encouraged? And so I didn't know what to do. Here I am with that moment of, hey, you rock, we want you. And I'm like, but I have my own brand now. Wow, right? Have you ever been in that moment where what you always wanted is now being asked? But now you've grown and you're in a different place. And So I was talking to a really good friend this morning, and I shared the story, and I said, what am I supposed to do with that? Why is this happening not at the right time? And she said to me, because what you wanted was to know that you were valued, and that's what happened. They saw you. They spotted you. And how amazing is it now that you realize that you've started your own thing, and that you've grown, and that it's still such a compliment, and it makes you feel empowered and strong. But, well, you've moved on. And, yeah, that's how that felt. I don't know if you can relate to this out there, but that's definitely how that felt. And so here I am. I don't really know how to explain those emotions. I just wanted to cry and cheer and feel a lot of things, and then feel like torn, like, what do I do with that? And I think, just like my good friend said to me, I accept it, and I go like, yeah, it's good. And then I keep going with MFF, because we have come so far. And as much as when I was in this idea conference and I looked at what is Les Mills and I looked at what is MFF and all the other companies, the ones before me, the ones below me, right? I'm in between. I'm not a little ant. I mean, yeah, we all are. When I was in that airplane looking down on the ground, I realized how small we are, how tiny we are. I also, going to Las Vegas, seeing so many people and being around so many people, realized, wow, God loves all of us. Yeah, that was what I thought. God loves all of us. He knows us all. There's so many of us. We all have gifts and talents. And we all have gifts and talents for different communities and different people. So you don't have to feel like you're such small potatoes that you're not going to impact somebody. That is not true. Okay, so that was one big takeaway. The other big takeaway was that I'm cleaning out my Father's house. I'm able to process all this pain that I held in from all of these things from the past. And so this week is a cleansing week for me, to clean out the house, to let go, to mourn, to cry, to smile, to remember, and for growth. It is in the times of pain and struggle that we grow, that we can see clearer the things that matter the most. And so, Michaela, I love you. You have to come to the beginning of this video to hear this amazing story of the things that God's teaching me. I love you. My beautiful niece, so proud of you. I'm crying so much. My gosh. You think I was pregnant? I'm not. And sorry, big breaths. Moving on. So here I am too at the convention. I want to share this other little piece with you. I know I'm going long, but hopefully it touches your life. I love you. They're all happy tears, everybody. Happy and hard tears, right? So I'm wearing all my bright colors everywhere, right? And you know, I've got my MF gear, some MF gear, and some that's not MFF gear. And like I said, I prayed so much. Lord, show me. Help me meet people. Show me. Show me. So I have 2 more stories I want to share. And everybody was complimenting my clothes. Okay. Like, left and right. Like, I think everyone was wearing really dark, boring colors. And I was like, orange and turquoise and pink and MF here and the little bag and the nails and the bracelets. And I was just like, rah-rah cheerleader colors, right? And I had 2 people say to me, well, like, oh my gosh, I love your outfit. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, that's so bright. And I was just walking around smiling everywhere, which is, I believe, a gift that God gave me. to smile and cheer people up. It is one of my things that I like to do for people. But I had this guy say to me, I had to stop you and come talk to you because I felt like you were somebody important that I needed to speak with. And I was like, oh, I'm just, yeah, I have a brand, but this is my brand. Other people thought that the clothes I was wearing was my brand. Like, here's my card and you can go shopping with me. And they were loving all the outfits I put together. So when I was 13 years old, I wanted to be a fashion designer, okay? That was my thing. I love fashion. And Michaela Mikimoto, who's on here, my niece, she knows. So I grew up with my sister, who is a little older than me, and she is a fashionista at heart. So am I. And we love to dress to the nines. We love to put things together. I am a artist. I didn't realize it with my clothing and my earrings and my things and my fun stuff. And it's fun for me. It gives me joy. Shalene Johnson always says, like, we have different strengths and things. We have to figure out how we're going to use them and where we're going to go with them. One of mine is fashion. My niece was born in 1994, and I decided to become a school teacher, and that's what I did and loved it and became a teacher. Circle back, right? Became a fitness instructor and then a virtual trainer. And I have my own little line, but it's not my own line, right? So I work with Coliseum here. These are Coliseum. They're my shop, by the way. Go get them. They're really cute. My favorite shorts. But my big dream has always been to have my own line where I can put my touch and say, you know what, I like this top, but what would I do different? Well, I would slim down these here. I would cut out over here. I would add a little something here and there, and here's my touches. So as I'm walking through this place and people keep complimenting my clothes, I go, God, what are you trying to show me? And I just really feel like he is saying, you need to move on this fitness line, girl. But I'm like, well, but I don't have any money. I'm like, guys, everything works when you have money, right? Raise your hand if you know that. If you have money, you can do a lot of different things. So one thing I just really walked away with is that I really need to pursue that peace because it is one of my things and I love it. And I know I can design some really cool things for fitness and for other apparel because I love to look cute whenever I go anywhere. And I know you do too. Since you like to follow me, I know you do. And so that was another aha that really was loud. So I walked out of a club and this girl walks up to me and says, you have the best dress that anybody had that came out of that club. And I was like, what? And I'm being all shy. I'm like, there's all these young girls there. I'm, an old lady compared to some of these people. We just went to a club for fun, just to check it out, just because we're in Vegas. And she's like, when you walked out, I knew you were somebody. I don't know who you are, but you're somebody. And I was like, I'm somebody? And it was the second time that happened to me that day. I don't need more leggings, but they are Mary leggings. I need them. Perfect, girl. Don't worry. You'll be my full ambassador. I'll just send them to you. That's where we want to get to, okay, Brittany? Where you just get them for free and you just rep me. So I wanted to say that I didn't understand what God was trying to show me with that. And I was like, I'm somebody. Well, yeah, I am somebody. We're all somebody. God loves us, and we don't need other people's approval to say that. But it was just weird because it was two same statements in the same day. I'm very, I like to pay attention to things that happen and little tiny things. I listen and I watch. It's something that I do, and I'm always trying to listen to what maybe God's trying to show me or send me which direction to go. So I pay attention to those details. And I just walked away with the clothing was a really big takeaway for me. This convention was not about clothing, it was about fitness. But I found myself saying that is a big part of where my brand needs to go and where I need to push forward because that's where I stand out. in my artistic ability to say, here's my brand of clothing. Oh, do you want to also do my workout? Here's my fun workouts, and they're really great, and they're going to change your body. And so, yeah, so those were some really big, different takeaways that I gained and learned this weekend. And then I have to tell you the next part. So listen to this part. So I get home, and oh, I love this. You moved, and so I don't need them anymore. What is going on? Love you, Mary. Okay. So I'm so glad you guys are here. By the way, I see you all on Facebook too. I'm going to read the verse that I had, and I'm going to grab it off my iPad. But so I come home, and I'm like, almost like, have you ever felt like bittersweet? Like you're happy you're home, but you don't really know what to do with all the information and feelings you have? Yeah? You feel weird. So I come home and I just start like cleaning my house, because let's all just talk about this. So I think I suppress feelings by cleaning and doing tasks. Raise your hands if that's you. So when I'm not sure what to do with what I feel, I actually do more things. So it's one thing you like about me, because I'm always doing stuff. I'm very consistent, and I will work. But God says, be still and know, because he wants me to sit and process. So I guess one of my flaws is sometimes I want to keep going, and I don't let myself process because I have to keep going. And God is saying, no, you're going to be sick. We're going to slow down. You're going to launch an app, clean your father-in-law's house, have Cliffy's birthday, your anniversary, all in the same week. And and it's going to be okay. and so I'm like, okay, all right, let's see how that goes. I don't know how to be still very well. So I sit down yesterday morning, and I get a message. And it's from this, guy, and he's like, hey, I saw your videos. I do a lot of video editing, da-da-da-da-da. For some reason, look, I get a lot of spam people who are trying to tell me that they can do this and that for me, and I just ignore it. For some reason, I decided to entertain this person. And he's like, I can show you how to grow by just doing a couple little things. I'm working with people with smaller accounts on Instagram. And so it sounds kind of salesy, fishy, right? But I don't know. I decided to listen. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. And so I message him, and I'm like, well, I have time right now if you want to get on a call. We get on this awesome 1-hour call. He teaches me so many things and gives me so much value. Because at the end of the day, when someone gives you value is when you trust them, right? Why did you sign up for my subscription program? Do you think that you would have signed up on March 17th, 2020, the first day? Hey, sign up for my paid workouts. No, you wouldn't have done that. You signed up 8 months later because I gave you every day 2 hours. I showed up Monday through Saturday. Consistently showing you who I was, what I could do, what I could offer you, and I leveled up my game. I showed up sick. I showed up when life was falling apart. Sometimes I was falling apart, but it was okay for you to see that because I'm human and it was live. And I gave you the value so that you could trust me. So he gives me all this value, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, well, would you want to sign up? And I was like, well, I don't really know you, and I don't know if I pay you, if this is really going to work. And he said, you know what? Let's do this. I'll work with you for the next 2 weeks, and I'll show you what I can do. And then you can pay me for the 2 weeks or whatever by the end of the 2 weeks. And so I said, okay. And what I want to share with you is that the one area that I've really been feeling like, oh, thank you so much, Connie. I love that. I understand your comment now. You moved from Les Mills and you don't need, you've grown. Yes, thank you so much. So I'm going to switch. I'm going to come back to the Facebook comments, but I took a picture of the verse that I want to read to you right now that's really staying with me, and it's what God brought to me this morning. So I read Proverbs 31. It's like a little app every day, and it really hits home. It is almost like God sends me these, and they are perfectly for my life. 6 years ago, my sister brought me my verse. My sister, I love you, Liz. Esther 4:14. If you don't know the book of Esther, I'm going to give you a quick synopsis. King Xerxes gets upset with his queen. He doesn't want her anymore. He sends out for all the virgins in the city. And there's this beautiful woman named Esther who is picked to be one of the many that will go before him. You will either be selected to be a queen or you will be selected to be part of the harem. And in her story, and you got to read the whole book of Esther because it's really important. Esther wasn't just selected to be a queen, but she was there to save her people. And it's for another story why this verse was brought to me by my sister, but she did give it to me a long time ago, and I have it hung up everywhere. It's right there. Perhaps this is the moment for which you have been created, Esther 4:14. And in the moment that she gave it to me, I was in a lot of turmoil, and I did not understand why that would be the moment that I was created for. But that verse wasn't necessarily meant for that moment, but it was meant for this moment. So Esther saved her people because they were going to kill all of the Jews, and she was a Jew, and so she was able to go before the king and present herself and say, please don't let this happen to the people. On April 17th, they will be like killed. And so there's a whole story behind it, but her uncle tells her, like, this is the moment. You got to stand up for it and come for your people. And so in the same way, I feel that I'm called to this platform for a lot of different reasons. To bring the message of faith and hope and love, number one. To help you get stronger and healthier for you, wherever you're at. To help you to change your mindset as you watch me change my mindset, as you watch me go through the struggles of life, that I can help empower you and see that you can do it too. From nothing to something. From heartaches to pain to getting through it, because we're all just getting through this beautiful life, and always rejoicing in God's name because he does love us, and finding that from him. And so that is part of the Esther verse. So this is another verse from Esther that was brought to me, and I want to explain this. It says, when the turn came for Esther, the daughter of Abigail, the uncle of Mordecai, who had taken her as of his own daughter, to go to the king, she asked for nothing except what Haggai, the king's eunuch, who had charge of the woman, advised. Now Esther was winning favor in the eyes of all who saw her. Now, what I want to share about that is, I don't think my Gmail's here, so I can open up the whole thing and read it to you, but the message was, I don't think I have Gmail on here. I don't think I do. Okay, it's on my phone. It's okay. The message was wisdom, to be a good listener. So the story that I read this morning was about being humble and listening. Taking a moment to humble yourself and know that you don't know everything. And that's what Esther did. She did not know how to be selected to be the queen. She was just a simple maiden, right? She's not of royalty. She was just a simple woman. And she went to the eunuch who had wisdom. And maybe didn't have the same values or the same things, but she had wisdom on this situation. And so Esther, they said, you could take anything you want to this when you go see the king. She chose wisdom. Not her own wisdom. Not what she thought. She went and sought wisdom and said, I don't know, and you know, and I'm going to humble myself, and I'm just going to listen. A lot of us, I'm going to say myself, I sometimes am not a good listener. Have you ever been in a conversation and the person is talking and you're already figuring out what you're going to say back to them. Raise your hand. Right? Instead of stopping and recognizing that you need to listen to what they have to say and really process it before you're going to react. Right? And so this verse is talking about how Esther chose wisdom and listening. We are in a time that everything is fast. We swipe, we order, we say we do, and we don't listen. The verse, be still and know, is about listening. It's not even about doing. It's not even about reacting. It's about listening. And so this morning when this verse came to me, I sat with it and thought, geez, I really need to work on listening. And here's the book of Esther again. Lord, what do you have before me? What are you trying to show me? And as I read through the little story and realized, I got so excited. The person that I spoke with yesterday has so much knowledge of the things that I don't know. And I was a little bit scared to take a risk on them and say, okay, they're going to help me grow because I need the growth right now to get unstuck of where I am. And I said, okay, let's take a chance. And when I woke up this morning and I read this, and it said that she listened to the wisdom, and then she was selected as queen. She was. She was just a simple maiden, if that's what you want to call her. Maybe even like a peasant. And she listened to this Enoch who advised her. And she was humbled as she approached her to learn. She took the learning and she moved forth and she became the queen. I believe that God has brought this verse to me to know that I need to always stay humble. I most of the time do because I don't feel like I know what I'm doing, but even more humbled. And I am coming to this person who says that they have wisdom. And I am going to learn from them. And I'm going to take us to the next place. And so perhaps this is the moment for which you have been created. A moment to be humble. A moment to take in, to learn, and to listen. So here we are, 2 years later, really, you guys. I'm in the space of 2 years later. Got a big old celebration in October to celebrate the 2-year launch of Mary Fulton Fit. We became the channel. We have our app coming. We have the summit coming. I really want you there because it is going to be so powerful. Just like I just left this convention. You can see the energy I have. Listen, look at all the things I've learned. I'm crying too because when we put ourselves out there and we take the risk and we invest in ourselves and we do different things, we have different results. We dig into things that we didn't even know. I didn't know I had some of this pain still in there. Resentment or hurt or pain or whatever for the Les Mills thing. I shoved it all down and I kept going. So I'm here telling you all of this that turned into a 30-minute conversation. 78 days till the summit. I'm sharing all this with you because this is real and my story is going to help you in some way, wherever you're at, those of you that stayed with me to the end. Maybe you need to listen better and humble yourself into the next level. Maybe you need to mourn and cry you've been suppressing. Maybe you need to clean out mind, soul, body, some stuff, right? Maybe you need to take a risk and sign up for the summit and my app, right? Maybe you've been watching us and you haven't ever joined the channel, but you've always been cheering us on and it's your turn to take a risk. I took so many. It's time for you to jump on in with me and join us in this amazing adventure that's coming. I feel the surge. I don't know if you feel it, but I can feel this surge. It's just coming. And I am literally like this. Okay, God, I really don't know what I'm doing. And he's like, you never did, right? Take my hand and trust me. Keep your eyes on me, not on the waves. I'm going to take care of it. But God, I don't have time to sit down and do all the reels. I'm cleaning out a house. Mary, shh, be still and know. I know he's saying these things to you in your life. Maybe you're starting college. Maybe you're starting a business. Maybe you're in a relationship. Maybe you need to let go of a relationship. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you got to clean some things out. Where is that going to be? Oh, it is going to be in California. We're going to be in Sunset Beach. Yeah, Jesus, take the wheel. Take the wheel. Amen. And the summit sign up is in my shop or in my link tree. You just go to the summit. If you want more information, you can email me at maryfultonfit.gmail. Okay, and I'd be happy to even get on a Zoom call with you and tell you more. I am working on advertisements for all this. It's just a lot of stuff at the same time. So I'm in a lot of prayer that the Lord will use different people to share this so that people can know about it. We're going to have 4 speakers. We're going to jump into the ocean together. We're going to fellowship together. We're going to work out together. We're going to eat together. We are going to grow together. So I don't want you to miss it. And I do have space in a beach house still. If you are coming from far away and you don't want to stay at a hotel, I have one more spot on the beach house. There's one on the sand and one across the street. And I already have about 8 girls here and 7 over here. So we do have space for you. And if not, you can stay at a hotel nearby. Just let me know so I can help you with all that. And it's going to be 4 days of fellowship, fun. The speakers are going to come and help us with our bodies, with our wellness, with our mind, with our nutrition. I'm going to speak as well. So it's going to be a beautiful weekend, and more of that is coming. So if you really, really want to sign up, please, please, please go to the shop today. Don't delay. These events that people put on are usually thousands of dollars. Mine is only like $2.99. Okay? You even get a cool MFF bag with all kinds of stuff. And if you don't want to come to the full event, you want to come to the day ticket, you can also order that one. I think it's $100 and something. It's seriously like dirt cheap. So the value that you're going to get is like 20 times that. So, and if you don't know that, then I need you to go back and look at all the videos I've made for the last 2 years. I have probably made over 1,000 workouts and hundreds of mindset, nutrition, trainer tip videos. I have only slowed down on those trainer tip and mindset videos recently, but other than that, I've been going full throttle for the last 2 years. So, I was about to go to my body pump class, but you came up and I felt like I needed to listen. Wow. Well, I'm honored that you took time off of your class and you stayed in tune with me. I pray that this message helped you. And if you want to get on a call, anybody want to get on a call with me today, like a Zoom call, like there's something you want to share, you want me to listen, I will be a good listener and be here for you. You are my people. You are MFF. I wouldn't be here without you. Thank you so much. Yay. And so I just really, those are all the beautiful things I wanted to share with you today. Oh my gosh, did I talk for an hour? I don't know, I may have. But 5 of you stayed with me. And I just want to say that means the world to me. And a lot of you stayed over here on the Facebook. I can't see the number. But you're still here with me, 5 of you. And that means that you were meant to be here. By the way, my favorite number is 5. So we really want you at the summit. We really do. So if that's something that's put on your heart after this message, just know that like this message is just one message you're going to get. There's going to be so many at that summit that are going to light up your heart and soul. Remember that my brand isn't just about getting a really nice butt. Okay? It's just not. That's not my goal for you. My goal for all of us is to become stronger in our faith and in our mind and our body. Because guess what? I mean, you could go and do that whatever exact workout. Any workout's going to work if you push yourself, by the way. You'll get results. But the thing is that the mind and the soul are the more important things than the body. You could have the body and be really hurting in these other areas. But also, these areas help you get to where you want to go. But they also give you perspective on where you want to go. Is it really that you're trying to be 10% body fat? Or is it really that you just want to be healthy and strong for your family? These are those things that I like to talk about that are most important. We are here for just a short time. We are like a dust in the wind. So we have to think about what things matter the most and how we are going to live a healthy, balanced life with our life being crazy all the time, because it's never going to be balanced. It says, I will look into it later. I'm going to my class. Okay, I love you. I'm here to help you, whatever you need, okay? Send me an email. I need to make a video about your... Yes, please, Brittany, can you do that? I would love that. That would really help us. So with that being said, I just want to tell you, you know what? All those things I said, let go, clean out, reflect, be still, humble yourself, learn, choose wisdom. And I'm going to end in prayer. And God's verse says, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Mark 11:24. I'm going to pray for our brand. As we come on, I can feel the surge. The app is coming. The summit is coming. So many things beautiful to MFF. May the Lord bless it. I'm going to pray for you right now. God, I thank you for everyone that tuned in today to the end, Lord. And you had a purpose for each one and every person here, God. Thank you for using my weaknesses and my stories to be able to help others, Lord. And I give you the glory because it is you that gave me the strength to get up every day. It is you that helped me get through some of the hardest times in my life in the last 2 years. Lord, I just thank you for each person. I pray that you would put blessings upon them, help them to be still, to clean out, to resolve, to repent, to let go, to take courage, to take risks, to step out, to be bold, to be humbled, and to look to you in their life. Give them the strength, Lord. Help them to open their eyes and see all the little things that you're doing around them, because you are every day with us. The people you bring in and the things that we see and all of the beautiful things that are out there, Lord. And that we would rejoice always in all things, in pain and affliction. And that we remember the verse, that whatever we ask for in prayer, if we believe it, we shall receive it. Mark 11:24. Lord, I pray for this channel to boom, to grow, to explode, to be able to be what it is that you called it to be, Lord, in your name. That you would bless all the people that are to come, that they would come as a community, and that we would bless and encourage each other to be the best that we can be. In Jesus' name, amen. And that's what I have for us today. And I adore each one of you, and I thank you for your support and love. I also ask for prayers as I continue to clean my father-in-law's house for the next week and month, that you would keep me in your prayers as all these things are to come. And with that being said, we got to say it. Stronger together, mind, body, and soul. God bless you. Enjoy your day. Tomorrow I will be doing classes in the morning. And but please look out. I may change my time to 6:30 and 7:30 for a little extra sleep. Okay. I love you so much. God bless. Bye.